This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Now, after watching the Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G Gennady Golovkin Part 3, the press conference today, just now, I do have to wonder if we all get to the end of December, all going well, of course, for all of us, but if we can get to that point, look back at 2022 for all the boxing fights that we've had for this year, where would Triple G Canelo Alvarez Part 3 rank? I've got a feeling this might be the biggest fight of the year. Might be. Now, from a personal perspective, probably not. I think that Fury, Dillian White, or maybe Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk, their rematch. But, of course, globally, potentially, Canelo Triple G Part 3 could be the biggest fight of the year. Now, of course, there is still talk that maybe we're going to see Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. and all going well, we get that fight. And I personally would absolutely love to see that fight. And I'll be excited with bells on to see that fight, okay? But I don't think that fight comes anywhere close to, even in America, let alone globally, Canelo and Triple G. Now, I'm not slating the Crawford-Spence fight at all. But of course, the numbers come in from the casual boxing fans, okay, where they will only tune in for big fights. This is one of those big fights. Triple G has a vast fan base globally, and of course, especially in Kazakhstan. Canelo Alvarez has a vast fan base, especially in Mexico and the United States of America. So this fight could well be the fight of the year. Now, if you had asked me that question even 1 hour ago, before the press conference, I'd probably said, it's going to be a big fight, no doubt, maybe. But now after watching that press conference, things got a little bit spicy, especially from Canelo Alvarez. Although one thing that I did notice is that Canelo Alvarez, he's spending a lot of time doing interviews and press conferences speaking in English, which for me, obviously a English-speaking person, that's great. Whereas Triple G is now speaking, is it Kazakhstani or Russian, whatever it may be. And he's been doing that for a little while. But going back to their rematch, going back to the first fight and whatever, it was roles reversed. It was Canelo speaking Spanish and Triple G speaking English. I'm not too sure why the roles have changed. Now, Canelo was getting a little bit personal with Triple G. He was goading him a little bit, saying how that this is personal and things like that. And of course, when Eddie Hearn at the very end of the press conference said to him, obviously, that loss to Dimitri Bivol, that hurt you. So that's going to motivate you in this fight. And you could see he was serious. He wants to do ultimate damage to Triple G. He's going to take out all his anger, all his frustration out on Triple G in this third fight. So if you're Triple G, obviously he sat there looking calm, collected, as Triple G always does. You know, he's the ultimate professional. You don't really see him backwards and forwards at press conferences, slating his opponent or anything like that. He was just calm and cool, and he does his talking in the ring. But I do wonder if Triple G is sat there looking all calm, like, yeah, I've got you now. Because when you're a professional fighter, what you want is your opponent to be emotionally invested. You want them to feel like it's personal. Because as the fight goes on, they start getting wild. They start making mistakes. Triple G is a very experienced fighter, as is Canelo, but of course he is. But that's what Triple G will be looking for Canelo. Canelo doesn't make too many mistakes. Of course, he lost that fight to Dimitri Bivol, but that was a case of, especially at that moment, moving up and daring to be great, doing something that other middleweights, other super middleweights wouldn't dare to do. Canelo Alvarez done that. He came up short. So, of course, a lot of people will give him stick. A lot of people will criticize Canelo Alvarez saying, oh, he lost to Dimitri Bivol. Again, those who mock the fact that he lost to Dimitri Bivol, listen, no offense to any of you, but clearly you don't know how good Bivol was. I knew how good Bivol was, which is why I said way before the fight, this might be a step too far for Canelo. Okay, but anyway, we'll have to wait and see. That was then, this is now. But it seems to have fired up a real fire under Canelo. He's out there and he's quite publicly stated, I want to end this man's career. Now, could he end his career? Very possibly. We've never seen Triple G, or at least I personally haven't. Again, some of you may have done, but I have never ever watched Triple G hit the canvas. Never. So, of course, I've certainly never seen him stopped, but I have never even seen him hit the canvas. Same with Canelo Alvarez. Never seen him hit the canvas. I've got a feeling somebody in this fight is going to hit the canvas. And there's a very real chance when that happens, they don't get up. And if they do get back up, they might find themselves straight back on the canvas again. I think these guys are going in there to really cause damage. Now, we could look at it and say, well, Canelo, he'd come off a loss to Bivol. Okay, but this is an light heavyweight. Triple G is not Bivol. All right, Triple G is a career middleweight. So he's actually moving up an extra 8 pounds to super middleweight to take on Canelo. Triple G, of course, he's now 40 years old, but we're in the year 2022 with all the strength and conditioning and the nutrition and all that kind of thing. Being 40 in 2022 is like being 30, like 20, 30 years ago, okay? 40 is the new 30 of this era. It is what it is. Some people, as somebody did drop a very true comment, some people who hit 40, suddenly they age like they're 50 or 60. Some people do. But Triple G is a bit of a gym rat. He's always in good condition regardless. But he didn't look great against Murata last time out. Of course, I covered that in the video where for the first, 3 rounds, I want to say, Triple G, he didn't look like he was at the races at all. Now, granted, he's been out the ring for a long time, but did age have anything to do with that? And that's what I was questioning for the first 2 or 3 rounds, where he was getting hit to the body. Triple G did not like getting hit to the body. He didn't like it. Canelo Alvarez is a bigger puncher than Murata. Murata is a wonderful fighter. He really is. And what Triple G done to Murata after then, when he started to find his feet, when he started to find his rhythm and figure Murata out, then Triple G took over. That was the old Triple G. But the first 3 rounds, if you're a Triple G fan, that's going to worry you against Canelo Alvarez. For sure, you're going to be worried about it. But again, with Canelo, maybe him taking a loss last time out, maybe that's affected him mentally. Maybe he's not the same fighter anymore. But there again, a lot of people said that when he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Look what he done. All right. But that said, this is a great fight. This is a massive fight. It's a huge fight globally. It's going to be pay-per-view on DAZN in America, and I'm presuming in Mexico and wherever else of North America, South America, however, Central America. Here in the UK, and I'm sure across Europe and much of the rest of the world, it'll be on DAZN, but not pay-per-view. I'm presuming. Okay, I don't know that bit for a fact. So if it does turn out to be pay-per-view, depends how much it is, to be honest, as to whether or not I'll click that button. If it's the $80 that you poor buggers in America have to pay, no, I don't think so. But anyway, either way, I'm looking forward to this fight. This fight is absolutely massive. And I think that both Canelo and Triple G deserve a lot of credit for this one. You have to favour Canelo. And if there is going to be a stoppage, you would probably favour Canelo to stop Triple G. Even though we've never really seen Triple G hit the canvas or wobbled or anything like that, well, we may see it this time. And I think that's one of the intrigues about this particular fight, that maybe Canelo could end up knocking out Triple G in this fight. It could happen. So in some ways, Canelo losing to Bivol has actually made this particular fight much bigger than had he have defeated Bivol. People will be tuning in to see if Canelo, maybe he's lost it now. The era of invincibility is obviously diminished. Or a lot of people are tuning in to say, okay, now we could end up seeing Triple G get knocked out. I'll be very surprised if this fight goes the distance, honestly. I predicted the first fight to go the distance. I predicted the second fight to go the distance. This one, I'm not predicting it to go the distance. Somebody's getting knocked out. And my gut feeling is Triple G is going to get knocked out. That's my gut feeling. And I love Triple G. I've been a fan of Triple G for a long time. I don't want to see him get knocked out. Genuinely, I don't. But I've got a feeling that might happen in this fight. But again, don't be surprised if Canelo starts wailing and throwing bombs and getting a little bit scrappy. Triple G's experienced enough to counter him. Maybe we can end up seeing Canelo get knocked smooth out as well. Don't be surprised if that happens. This is a mega fight. It really is. I'm pumped for it. I think both of these guys played their role at that press conference, no doubt. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.